welcome to my video, the first live video ever. I messed up on something. Again, the mic isn't working very well at all. I've ordered a new one. So I'm not very technically minded at all. So whatever I used before, because there was no sound on the normal video before, I discarded and I've used something else. So it's just the webcam on the laptop and the laptop itself, but at least I'm getting out to you. I hope, I think I've pressed all of the buttons, done all of the helpful tips, but this is hopefully the daily energy reading for the 4th of August 2020, which is part of the free content that I put out on a daily basis to help support, guide and inspire those who want to be supported, guided and inspired. So take what resonates, because it is only general. Take what resonates here, leave the rest behind, and go with it, move with it, flow with it. Whatever information is for you, whatever isn't. So it is, although technically challenging for me today, it is a good day energy-wise, in the fact that the energy over the last few days, especially with relationship of any kind, whether it's personal, business, friendship, has been strained if you haven't been in the right place with the right people in your life. It's been a difficult few days to really figure out who you are, what you want, how you want to go forward. Today, that energy has lifted. There's some clarity, there's some purpose, there's some movement in the right direction towards where you need to be putting yourself. So we've got the first card is the 8 of Fire, 8 of Wands. So this is quick movement. There's something speeding up here, where there's been a few days of latency, where there's been a few days of figuring out where you need to be, how you need to go forward. Now there is some kind of clarity of mind, some kind of movement in the right direction for you to take yourself forward. So we've got the 6 of Swords to clarify that 8 of Wands. And you see, this is moving from the choppy waters, moving with those swords of truth, with those lessons learned, moving forward into calmer waters, finding a new horizon. Again, with the 2 in the boat, the divine feminine and the divine masculine, it speaks to me and the child of family matters moving forward for you. If that resonates with you, if it has been something to do with the family that's been a little out of whack, a little out of balance, then there's some good kind of movement forward with truth and purpose. But the speeding up of the 8 of Fire also speaks of the messages being exchanged. So you might have found that some uncomfortable messages that might have come through, messages of truth, messages of somebody else's truth or somebody's perception, that have been flying in at you, somehow, some way have helped propel you into a more truthful position with yourself and helped you move in with truthful speaking with those around you into calmer waters. So with that honesty being there, with that clarity of mind being there, and not the fear of speaking what needed to be spoken, is moving you forward into these calmer waters. There's actually a child in this boat, sheltered by the mother. So that is speaking of the family, and it is speaking of something I'm going to come back to. So we've got the second card being the Emperor. So the Emperor is, where we have this womb, this Mother Earth that we're on. The Emperor, think of the Emperor as the energy of the fatherly figure, the authoritarian, the authority. And he's on firm foundations. He's the number 4, so he's a firm foundational character in the deck. It's Aries, so it's that divine feminine initiator of new foundations, things that work, new ways of doing things. Now, if the first 2 cards represent business partnerships with you or business opportunities, then this is good in that the Emperor tells you to reach and expand big, as long as you've got your foundations within yourself. Right now is a time of building new foundations that really work for both yourself and the collective, in particular the collective. So if you're moving away from an old business that actually, in current climate, during this reset, during this recalibration, where before you've gone under the old system's foundation of you must have a job that pays monthly, you must be working for someone else, you must have that security in working for a corporation. Well, we find that that is all built on illusion and actually not built on the real emperor's ground. It's not built in real foundation, because at the touch of a button, at the swipe of a camera, mainstream media can make sure that all of that comes crumbling down. And actually, there's no real security in that at all. We see people getting let down left, right, and centre by these, what they thought were foundations that they could rely on to keep paying their wages. So when you're thinking about business, when you're thinking about new foundations and where it can go, knowing that you have the power in yourself to do it for yourself is very important, and that actually it takes you away from the choppy waters of taking your power out of your hands and into somebody else's, back into your hands. And with your drive, with your purpose, think big in business, think different, think of how things can be done differently, better for the planet, better for other people, bring in products and services that other people hadn't thought of. This is a time for new foundations to be built. And if you take on the energy of the emperor, you are in charge of what those foundations are and what they stand for. Now, because he's the parent, he's the daddy figure in the universe, or particularly on this planet or this realm, whatever you resonate with, we speak of, doing things differently with the family and restructuring what we teach our children into what they can rely on, in that we don't rely on things outside of self. We don't rely on anything outside of self. We rely on ourselves first, and everything else will fall into place much better after that fact. Now, to clarify the Emperor card, speaking of the Emperor, it is the material world, it is the business world, it is the business tycoon. So don't think little, think big, and don't think your ideas are abstract or too abstract for the public to take it on board, because right now people are ready for newness. People are ready for something that is bringing something new. We're sick of the old system. We're sick of the old way it works, and we're sick of the old way that they can touch a button, swipe a camera, and bang, they can shut the system down. And then we've got nothing of our own to survive with. To clarify the Emperor, we've got the 9 of Wands. So it's the nearly there. It's been a heavy slog. It's been a hard slog, but it's been, and maybe a little bit slow for a lot of people. But the progression is there. You're getting there from going to the 8 of Wands and exchanging these messages and these knowings with self, getting that clarity of mind, to finding your new foundation, your firm foundation to build upon, to expand out from. With this 9 of Wands, it's one wand away from the 10. This cycle of, where these have been burdens to carry. Right now, there's a resting period for you to take stock and look forward and find the right path for you to go down, whether that be with relationships, whether that be walking away from relationships, whether that be getting into or out of business partnerships. It speaks of taking time to re-clarify where you are, what ground you're standing on, and how best to go forward from here. Mainly, it speaks of standing your ground. All of these burdens are staked into the ground. There's another wand here, to lean against. This is all of the things, the passions that you have. You're finding your way forward, but with the Emperor, it speaks of taking back your divinity, taking back your sovereignty, being your own authority. And with that being said, turning the system in on itself, because we're going to build it individually and collectively into something that does serve the collective, not the globalists. So the 3rd card speaks of great movement. The Chariot card, another major arcana. The 7, it's a bridge number. And so this speaks of the fact that you have got things in balance. So yes, it might have been a tough few days to get to this point where you're at now, but you have gotten things in balance. You can't move forward with the Chariot if you're out of balance, because your yin and your yang, your divine feminine, divine masculine within, whether male or female, will pull aside from different directions and rip this Chariot in half. When you've been through these tribulations with this Nine of Wands, to get yourself in a balanced state, you are able to go forward. And again, just like the Eight of Wands at the start of the reading being a fast card, this is a fast card. Once you're in balance and you've taken stock with this Nine of Wands of which direction you need to continue in, from which foundations you're working from with the Emperor, then you know it takes off. It's fast movement. So whatever you commit yourself to at this point, business, relationships, being single, working through things, however it takes, you taking stock and knowing which way forward, you are supported and guided by the universe to do so. From your balanced within, you are balanced without. Again, the Chariot, speaking of movement in the material world, there's going to be huge shifts here on the collective stage. And it's a time of, there's conflict, because there's some people fearful of these old systems breaking down, lies being shown, and that happening in our individual lives as well. Maybe things that we've held on to for a very long time, or clung on to, or tried to keep moving forward in, but it's moving in different directions. There will be some Five of Wands. There will be some conflict. There will be people in your life that are wanting to keep you in a place that they feel comfortable with you being in, or on the collective stage, a system that they actually make money from you being in. So there will be some conflict. But once you know the foundation that you're coming from, and you've taken stock of the direction that you're going in, and you're doing it in your power, in your authority, in your divinity, then these Five of Wands can't touch this Chariot. It's too fast. It moves too fast. You can just hear them twittering on in the background, not getting very far. Let things collapse as long as you're charting your way forward. And we're doing that both individually and meeting up collectively to build a better system. Then this Eight of Wands, this Nine of Wands trumps this Five of Wands every single time. And the speed and the direction of the Emperor and the Chariot, again, trumps it with this clarity, moving you into calmer waters mentally, having that clarity and purpose and knowing which direction you need to go in. It's a powerful day for those who choose to take it on board. The Eight of Swords on the bottom of one of the decks, in that, this old cycle of thoughts, this old system, it's being put behind us now. We are actually at a much more advanced stage than many people realize, because out of fear, they are still stuck in this Eight of Swords. But if today resonates with you, you are putting that Eight of Swords that's kept creeping in on many of the daily readings behind you. And that's how you're able to propel yourself forward. On the bottom of the other deck is the Star card. Underneath that is the Eight of Swords. So again, put in behind that Eight of Swords, put in behind that cycle of thoughts that limits you and holds you prisoner, for deep healing, wounds that are extracted, scars that are left, that are only lessons learned that take you forward. Again, this Star card, I mentioned it in the last few readings because it's kept coming up. She is absolutely making a circuit between herself through the emotions. She's not afraid to face them. She's naked. She doesn't fear anybody seeing her hidden self, and she's got the other foot on the ground. Pouring from both jugs, she's making a circuit to transmute the energies, transmute what she needs to understand to create real healing. These 7 stars, representative of the Pleiades. For me, the Pleiades represents the 7 wombs. And so we're deciding where we're taking ourselves, our family, our children, which womb are we going to live in. This planet that we're living in representing a womb, the womb of Mother Earth. And we take ourselves through these 7 wombs. And with each one, there's lessons and there's healing to be done, clarity and knowing, expansion of self. So there's nothing to be afraid of here today, just this fast movement. And finally, putting end to this 8 of Swords on the bottom of both of the decks. Underneath this one is the 8 of Cups. So it's repeating because there's impact today. For those who choose to take it on board, there's impact today of putting behind the 8 of Cups, representing putting behind things that don't work anymore. Not that you say you're going to do it happily, but it'll lift. The minute you do, you'll feel the relief of this, and the fear will go away, and you'll wonder why you've been afraid of making these steps forward for so long. It won't make sense to you. So I want to say, if anybody will comment, because this is the first live. I don't know how I've done it. I think I shared the thing. I'm going to see if anybody comments, because why not pull a couple of cards for some people that are listening, if anybody is there. It says somebody's there, but I don't know how I tell them. Do I just tell you by telling you like this? So wish I knew more about computers and shit, but I don't. So will anybody comment? And then I can give you a few cards for yourself personally, if you don't mind doing it on a live, that is. Of course, if you want a few cards, if anybody is there listening, if you want a few cards, then you have to be aware that, you know, if there's anything personal comes up, I'll try and message you personally. But if, you know, you have to usually be quite aware that it's going to be shared. So, hey, I don't know if that does anything. I'm just pressing buttons at this point. So whoever's there, you'll have to pop into the chat if they want a few cards for themselves. I'll give it a few minutes. If not, then that's fine. I'm not sure if this is how it works, if I just shout out to see if people want a few cards. It's the first live, so. But anyway, that was the daily energy reading for the 4th of August. If you want a private reading with me, you can get in touch with any of my details. That'll be around this video somewhere. I don't know where, because it's live. You can message me on Facebook if you're on there, at True Divine. Other than that, that's that for the reading. But I want somebody to pop in, because I'm here anyway. I may as well pull a couple of cards for somebody. 1 second. I want to pull somebody some cards. Say hi, or say, I think you can do it in the chat, because I've just put hey in the chat. So say hi if you want a couple of cards to be pulled, or if you've got a question that you want answered. May as well, while we're here, be brave. Okay. Should have worn a bra. Anybody want to say hi for a few cards? Or does anybody want to share this? Wherever you can share it, if you can do that. Not technically minded at all, but I don't mind giving a little reading for somebody, a few cards for some bodies. Is anybody out there? Anybody out there? Say hey. What if I type in, does, one finger type in, does anyone want a couple cards reading? Don't know if this goes anywhere but here. It might do. It might go out to the world magically somehow. I don't know how. I'm going to work it out. I'm going to work out how to link up Facebook and YouTube at the same time. Get super technical. Probably take about a month. month and a half, maybe, for me to know. It says there's 4 people watching, but does that mean I'm just the 4? No, I can't be 4 people. I'm not signed in anywhere else, I don't think. 5 people now. So one of you's got to want a couple of cards. One of you has to. So if anybody does want, I'll give it 2 more minutes. If anybody does want, because this is the first live, my video messed up, so I'm doing the daily energy reading this way to get it out quickly, so it doesn't have to upload. If anybody wants a couple of cards to be pulled to a question that they have, any guidance that they want on something, then pop your name up in the chat box, live chat it says, if you can. And we'll get that done now. May as well celebrate the first live somehow. Anybody? What if I click on this button? Does this show who that? No, it doesn't do anything. So many buttons. So I don't know what else to press. I can't stand computers. I can't stand computers. Anybody want a reading? A quick few cards reading to answer a question that you might have. We've done the daily energy reading, so if you missed it, you can go back and see on there. Oh, you can't see live chat. Thank you, legend. So how do I do this then? You know what? I just need to. What's a toggle? How do I do live chat? Do I do that button? No. This is what I'm going to do, you see. I'm going to get people who do know how to do technology, and I'm going to restore chat. Ah, I can see chat. Okay. Live chat. I can see chat. Oh, you were all there. Oh, you were all there. Thank you. Thank you, Shawnee. Thank you, legend. So you were all there and I wasn't. Oh my God. I'm just going to say yay to everybody. Hey, you awesome people. Because I can. Just because I can. Hey, you awesome dudes and dudettes. Whew, I've got a live chat. Okay, I don't know how to move the live chat on the screen, so I'm just going to move this way so I don't move anything and break anything, because now I can see everybody. So, who said first? Was it, okay, I'll take a card any day, you know that. So Susie, then Sean. Susie, you keep me right, because I don't know how to make you admin yet, so I'll do that. Okay, so Susie Q, beautiful you. Oh, I was thinking I was talking to myself, and there you all are. Thank you, baby girl. Thank you, everybody. This is my first chat room. You know what? The names that I can see here, even without glasses on, I love you all. You all mean the world to me. You know you do. And you, honestly, you rock my world, all of you. You're all such awesome people, individually and collectively. Honestly. So, my Susie. Do you have any particular... Well, I've pulled them now. I'm just going to tell you. Okay, so Susie, we've got the Wheel of Fortune and we've got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Now we've got the Queen of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Now this is your emotions, your intuitive side coming through, but there's still emotions that need to be rebalanced for you to be able to go forward truly. You've got the Wheel of Fortune here, but it's in reverse. So it's speaking of... there's a destiny, but there's a destiny that you maybe are mislabeling or not knowing what kind of purpose you really have. You've hinged onto one thing, but there's actually something bigger. There's actually something deeper for you here within your intuitions that is going to be unlocked. Oh, sorry. Oh no, I've answered that. Damn, sorry, that was a phone call that I answered and just hung up on. So, with this intuition, with this emotional intelligence, you need to... no, I can't answer. With this emotional intelligence, you need to be able to flip this the right way up. But you're not going to have to do much because you are following your intuition. So you're going to be led. Things are going to be shown to you to put this in the right way up for you. The wheel is turning nevertheless, but it just feels like there's some aspect of your life that you're like a salmon swimming up the river when you're not really a salmon. You don't need to swim up the river. Let the universe flow you a little bit more without being too fixed on what you see as your destiny. Let it unravel a little bit more. Again, the star card, this is why you're so connected right now, in that there is deep-seated healing happening here. And whatever Pleiades womb, these stars, whichever 7 of these stars holds your destiny, you are being channeled. It's only you that's fighting that channel a little bit by being a little bit too fixed and having the bravery to get rid of those deep-seated wounds that might hold you back and might give you that misrepresentation or that limitation on the destiny that you see for you, rather than the full capacity of my Susie Q, because I know the full capacity of you. So hope that makes sense to you, Susie. Who's next, Susie? Was it Shawnee? I love you too, legend, Shawnee nominee. Chad's here, Jessica's here. Oh, my peeps are here. Boom, boom, boom. Who else is here? Was that okay for you, Susie? I hope it was okay. Was Jessica next or was it Shawnee? Okay, Jessica then Shawnee? Yeah, let's go, Jessica. Let's go. Thank you, Susie. Got this one up here. I don't know what that sounds like on people's ears though when I do that on the table. Jessica, Jessica, Jessica. Jessica, do you have any particular question? Or do you just want a general? Hi, Michael. Oh, hey, goddess. Oh, bless you. Don't really look like a goddess today, but never mind. We'll take it and run with it. Nope, just in general. Okay, Jessica. Okay. Jessica, Jessica, the lovely Jessica. You know I love you, Jessica. So we've got the 7 of Cups, Jessica, upright. Wow, you're emotional. We've got the 7 of Cups upright, and then we have the 9 of Cups, but it is in reverse. And then we have the Ace of Cups. So worry not. On the bottom of the deck, we have the beautiful Death card. People get afraid of the Death card. The Death card is awesome. This is real leveling up spiritually. This is like literally going over the dead bones, shedding old skin that holds you back and limits you into something that you've either limited yourself to, or that you have others have limited to you, or a combination of the both. But people are underestimating you because you have just shed that skin. You're bone bare right now, and for that you can really move and transcend spiritually into a greater understanding of you and what you are purposed for right now. And it is about the emotion. We all know you've got that beautiful heart of yours that gives you that abundant love to give out to others, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing. But we've got some emotional confusion here. This is castles in the sky with this 7 of Cups, in that if you picture all of these cups on a different cloud in the sky, some tarot cards depict it that way. It's a little bit like putting your emotions into too many baskets, into too many options, and worrying a little bit too much about which direction is yours to go in, when we just need to channel that down a little bit and find you what brings you your real joy, your real emotional bliss, to bring this 9 of Cups, which usually would be huge happiness, huge emotional, blissful energy, into, it's a little bit upside down in that, well, it is upside down. So it means that you're not finding that that pizzazz, that in love relationships, or this whatever is coming towards you. It just doesn't feel like it's on your frequency. It is because you're not quite sure what frequency you're on yourself emotionally. So again, it's going back to that inner work to get this in balance, find out which cup gives you this fulfillment, and just start with one. Step after step, baby girl. And that's what brings in this Ace of Cups, this new beginning. So you see how these little measly cups here, they're never measly, but you know, on the cards depicted, they're only tiny because you're trying to fit so much in, but you get this boom, big cup that's got everything in that you need to take forward. You just like, that's it. I know which direction I want to go in. I know how I'm going to go forward now. I know my shit. I know my inner grounds. I know which way I'm going. And that's how you can put those aside then, and you're ready for this. With this, none of the old limitations, none of the old, well, they'll do, he'll do, that won't do, that may do. It's like, nah, I know what will do. I'm going to go forward with this because I know that this is me. I know that this is going to fuel me. This is full bliss, absolute bliss, baby girl. So whatever that means to you, in whatever context that means, that is an awesome reading for you, Jessica. I hope that made sense. Oh, good morning, gorgeous gladiola, goddess of yeah, is Michael's here. Hi, Michael. I think I said hi before. Jessica's going to do amazing. Jessica's on such a powerful path right now. She really is. So was it my legend next, Susie? Was it I see, Susie. Was it Michael? Was it Shawnee legend next? You're welcome, Jessica. It's Chad next. And then and then Shawnee. Or Shawnee. Chad or Shawnee? Chad or Shawnee. I think I'll do Shawnee because he was in my mind, and then I'll do Chad, yeah, because of brothers. Love them both. Legend gets called Legend because I tend to give people nicknames, and he's Legend because he cracks me up every single day. So he says something or posts something that cracks me up. So he's a comedy legend. Don't be sorry, Susie. Don't be sorry at all. Shawnee, Legend, have you got anything in particular that you want to ask? Yeah, you make me laugh all the time. Shawnee is awesome, Jessica. Is there anything in particular you want to ask, Legend? Or do you just want it in general? It's not general, it's for business, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I know it is. Psychic. I'm going to ask for business, Legend, because I know you need to ask for business. And I felt that there. Ay. What's tying you up in knots, Legend? What's upsetting you? Too many. Has your sleep been broken? Why you sleep? You've had stressful sleep, not enough sleep, not enough rest at all, Legend, but I don't like that. So there's been some nightmarish, evenings, some nightmarish dreams, not sleeping or sleeping fretfully, not getting enough rest. And so, yeah, going round in circles. On the bottom of the deck, Shawnee, you've been working so hard right now. And it just feels like you've been in this monotonous cycle with it as something that's feeling me. So at this point, you've gotten to the point where you feel trapped with it and just want it done already. And so there's this, right, you've been on a project for a month. So it's dragged on more than it should have. And with all of the other things you've got going on, the move and stuff like that, you've had a lot to deal with. And so it has affected your thoughts. It has affected your flow, your mental agility, what sleep. Exactly. And I don't like that, Legend. So I'm here to tell you off and say you need damn sleep. Not that I can talk, but I am talking. So I'm telling you need some sleep, because we've got the 8 of Swords, on the bottom of the deck here. So this is this trapped in this cycle of thoughts, trapped in this cycle that's taken too long to get out. And then we've got this, it's the Nightmare card, it's the 9 of Swords. Again, it's self-imprisonment or imprisonment, but we know you're not in prison. It's self-imprisonment. You've got yourself all locked up in your thought patterns. You've got yourself all out of flow, all out of whack. It's difficult for you to concentrate right now. So we need you to have some time to rest. And you've trusted everything else I've ever said. I need to tell you that you can go on like a robot. You can keep chiseling away and getting things done. And I know there's certain things as a family man you have to get done for you and your children and your wife. But this is too much. You can't continue this cycle. This will make you physically poorly if it continues. So we need that sleep. We need that mental shutdown where your brain gets a chance to shut down, to help you break out of this self-imprisoned feeling of your thought patterns. You are a gifted, wonderful, magical human being that is worth so much and has so much artistry to his work. You can't be locked up like this. So you need to have that time to sleep, even if you set an alarm and get those 4 hours, because I know you're not even getting that some of the time. That needs to be done to build up that sleep pattern again. And you'll find the next day, we get stuck in a rut with this. So we think we've got to do it, got to get it done, can't get it done. And then we get stuck, and so much so that we end up slowing ourselves down in the very thing that we wanted to be sped up with, because while our brain is going 10 miles to the dozen, the body is starting to say, I'm not doing any more. You haven't even rested me for over a month. So, that's where you're at there. The 4 of Cups comes out to remind you that you're not meditating. You have roots. You have deep roots in spirituality, in knowing the importance of having that downtime, even if it is 10 to 15 minutes a day, to silence yourself and listen to spirit, to silence yourself, ground yourself, and know yourself through this practice. You're not doing that. You're not breathing deeply. You're not resting, and you're not meditating. So all of these things, while you've been working so hard, Legend, and I know you're doing it for the right reasons, and in some part, the essential reasons, you're actually hurting yourself. You're actually wearing yourself down. So I'm sorry that I have to be a bit strict with you, and I'm going to be on your back saying, have you done your 10-minute meditation? Did you get a straight hour? Did you get a straight 2 hours? Because then I want to see the progression. There's spirit wanting to speak to you, spirit outside of your own spirit, I mean, because you get this Ace of Cups too, but they can't get in because they can't get in because your mind's too busy. You're not switched off enough to the external to be able to hear your internal, to be able, your inner grounds, to accept these messages coming through. You know, there's spirit around you that is proud of you, that is proud of who you are and what you stand for, but they can't get through to spur you forward to that blissful point, to that new start, that new emotional, fresh start. So you're trapping yourself in on it. So you need to release some of these thoughts from around your brain, some of these thoughts from around your brain. So you've got some space and time to meditate and take these messages in from your ancestors. This is important, Shawnee. I'm giving you your Christian name now because it's so important. You need this. You need these messages to spur you on and rebalance and recalibrate you. You can only do this by taking a stand to have some rest, to have some downtime, true meditative style. You know, do whatever it takes. Put down your tools and rest thyself, brother. So I'm going to be on at you about that. You know I am. You know I am. You know I am. I hope that makes sense, Shawnee. It's very powerful because, you know, once that message starts coming in from ancestors, you're going to be flying. You're going to see some symbols to carve out and add metal to within that meditative time that is going to rock. People are going to want. So, you know, you need this. You know, I know you work for business reasons, but you're actually missing out on, you know, something that would literally be an inner stand and a downloading from them to you, for you to bring into the material here, which is huge. So, you know, some pieces that represent you and your family line. So, you know, don't miss that opportunity. Take that rest. Yeah, you know I'll stay on you. You know I will. Is it my brother Chad next? Was it Chad next, Susie? Or Jessica, Chad, then Colin, and then Jeannie. Okay. Is Colin here? Hey, Colin. Chad, you know I think you're awesome. Another beautiful brother who is always there. Give it to me for Chad. Chad, have you got a question in particular that you want to be answered? Hi, Colin. Hi. Hey. Chad, do you want a particular question to be answered? I think he's still here. I hope he's still here. I'm going to go ahead, Chad, and see what with my intuition as to what this pertains to. If I'll do it general, Chad, because that's where I've gone to, but I will, excuse me, I will answer a direct question if you come up and ask it too. 1 second. Yeah, I'll just do it general, Susie, then, and then whatever comes up will resonate with them, I'm sure. So, Chad, you have got the priest on the bottom, la pape, and so, but he's in reverse. And so there are certain things in your life right now that you know are going on, or that you know you should be aware of. There's certain deceits, there's certain things. Now, I know you're interested in the collective stage and very on point with a lot of the information that you come across and that you know about. But I'm covering my mouth instinctively. There's somebody around you in your individual life that isn't being too honest, that is keeping information away from you, in that you know there's information that's yours to know, that's yours to have, that they should be sharing with you, and they're not. Your intuition, they're making, there's been some gaslighting where they're making you doubt yourself. You've got the Queen of Cups in reverse, and so there's intuition here that it's niggling away at you because your intuition is on point. Things are being hidden from you, but you're being gaslighted, which is a very cruel act to do. For anybody to do to anybody else, to gaslight them into thinking they're going crazy when they know something, but they're getting told that they're wrong. It doesn't exist, or it's not, that's not real. So there's a little bit of, they could call it crazy making, and that is a term, that's not just me, that you've been going on with in your life right now. The Seven of Wands speaks of, it feels like you're having to defend your ground a little bit, Chad, brother. Just send them my way. Come on, I'll show them. I'll tell them that you know what you know, and it is right, because it feels like you're having to stand alone, and you're not alone, Chad. When you watch this again later, you are not alone. You've got everybody here who loves and adores you. So, it feels like you're having to defend ground here, and you feel like you're standing alone, and that is not the case, but often we can be made to feel like this is the case. So if you need to message me personally to offload, that is absolutely fine, because one thing I can't stand is somebody outside of another gaslighting them, making them feel like they're going crazy, to the point where that person is now having to feel like they're defending themselves on their own, and they can't share it with anybody, because then we've got the Five of Cups, and again, this is in reverse. So this is about you maybe clinging on to the hope that this person in your life, Chad, will finally, share these truths with you, will honor you by honoring your intuition and your inner knowing, and help you on that top of that hill to defend yourself shoulder to shoulder. No, the second chance, third chance, fourth chance, no, done, finito, no more. They can go and learn the lessons that they need to learn somewhere else. They don't need to learn these lessons on you, not for 1 minute. And I won't allow that. So if you need to message me, Chad, about this, Jessica, it's brutal to have done to you. So if you need to message me about this, Chad, and if you need guidance on this, you come to me, no charge. You come to me and I'll help you navigate your way through this, to get to where you need to get to, because you are an awesome human being. You're an amazing man, and you do fabulous research. Your intuition is on point, and you do want good for the collective and those around you. So you have this, and the crazy making to make you think that you don't have this, that you don't have what it takes, that you don't know how to be the best you, then that is actually the illusion. You are standing on firmer ground in your knowing. We just need to turn that queen upside up so that your intuition is for sure definite, and have, when we've had a moment of gaslighting in our lives, or crazy making, however you want to term it, there's a time for healing, and there's a time for friends to come around those people to make sure that you build them up again. And because that seed of doubt that's been put in your mind through this crazy making, it grows, and it takes a little bit of weed killer to get that seed out. And so, but it does come out, especially with people around you in this chat that love you so much, Chad, me included. It does come out, and we're going to make sure that you are in your exalted position. Boom, brother. Gonna get that shit sorted out. Yes, we are. Who was there? Anybody next, Susie? Was it Colin? Yeah, we lift him up all right. Or was it Michael? We love, yeah, we do, Michael. We love him and stand for him. Colin. Okay, Colin. Is there any particular question, Colin? Any particular question, Colin? I need to use the other deck for Colin. Goodness knows why I just get these knowings and bang all over the place. Colin, Colin, Colin. Any particular question, Colin? Yeah, favour for his reading, Susie, is so lovely. So lovely. Okay. I'll just do in general, Colin, and then if you want any clarification on a direct question, yeah, they will catch it later. Yes, Susie. Then you can jump on in if you can. General for Colin. Wow, Colin, you're jumping. Okay. Oh, what's happening with my boys? I always give truthful readings, right? So it's got to be truthful. It's got to be what I see. So I want you to remember, Colin, on the bottom of the deck is this justice card. Sorry, I've got a tickly nose. This justice card, in that, we build up our own karma. We build up our own karma through the deeds that we do, through the people that we are, through the way that we treat others, for what we stand for, what we don't stand for. It's all that build up, and it's a fallacy to think anybody else puts karma on you, or that there's a lady luck waiting there to pounce on you the minute she gets the chance. No, it doesn't work like that. You build up your own karma. You balance your own scales. And so there's an imbalance here, in that you were moving towards something. There's been messages sent, you indeed being the messenger too. And there's been, this is fire. So, you're very malleable, you like to go with the flow. You're brave enough to change your direction when your wants and needs change, Colin. And that's a beautiful thing to be. And, in this fixed system, it's so difficult to continue to be this way. So big up to you for doing that. But there's been some trickery regarding, the interpretation of who you are. There's been some backstabbing here, in that, there's been almost where people want to hijack the real representation of you out of jealousy, out of insecurity, but, want to change that from what is real about you, to manipulate the way people feel about you. And that is theft on any level. And so in particular as well, I want you to keep an eye on the energies that would actually even think about thieving from you, and actually go as far as to steal something material from you also. And so there's a real recalibration happen here. Now, it's not for you to actually go in all guns blazing, to try and fix this. What I was saying at the start of the reading is this justice is actually happening on your behalf already. This person is building up this justice on behalf of you already. You don't actually need to do a thing. So I want you to continue to be this little prince of fire that is hardworking, that is able to change flow, to able to change path at the drop of a hat and still end up in the right destination. Because that is a beautiful thing. You're enthusiastic, and this kind of theft is going to try and dampen down that enthusiasm, particularly around your new home, and moving. There may be some travel. Be careful of any travel plans or any friends wanting to go away with you in the next few months. And I know that might just be away camping right now under the current climate. But no, Shawnee, that's fine. So thank you for being here. So know that, but don't go. Don't go. Don't go. Stay on your enthusiastic, dramatic, we love you the way that you are. I can feel walking. That is your pleasure. That's your meditation zone. You do that. And while you're doing that, any frustration that you might feel over these measly little energies that might thieve from you in any which way, even if it's identity in any which way, at any level, you walk them out, brother. You don't even pay no mind, because Lady Justice is doing it for you. They are bringing their own scales to pass. They're bringing their own imbalance to pass. It is for you right now. On top of this distraction, don't be distracted by it. So I want you to cut out this Seven of Swords, put it over here, let it play out, let it be what it's going to be, and damn, that justice will come in. They'll end up stabbing themselves with the same sword that they stole from you, or attempted to steal from you. You walking your path brings you to this Two of Pentacles. So there's this juggling aspect. There's a balance that you need to juggle here. In your life to make you feel, and you've been juggling for quite some time. It's time to choose a pentacle. It's time to choose a direction that you want your world to go in, that you want your world to represent. I'm going to do one more card for you, Colin. Even if you're thinking about relationship and really what you want to bring in, don't allow this energy, this trickery, this trickery, this thieving energy to be that option. It's not the right option, and you are worth so much more. You're a beautiful man, and you're advancing. The sunshine. You see, there's balance coming out for you, and as difficult as it might be to not get distracted, defend your corner along the way. The Sun card, which is the most benefic one in the deck, Colin. It's the most benefic one, and it speaks of peace. Sunflowers are representative of peace in the tarot deck. There's this red strike of passion. You're on a horse, you're going forward, but you pay no mind to the world because the sun is shining on you. There's been real growth, and even through this energy here, this sneaky energy here, the sun is shone and enlightened where that energy is, who that energy is, where it's coming from, and you're able to cut that out. So actually choosing a world to concentrate on, choosing a pentacle, which world you want to look at and how you want it to look, becomes very easy because the sun shines the path right on it. And so that is an awesome ending to that for you. So yes, that is perfect. That I'm going to leave it at that. This enlightenment card, but no, I'm not going to leave it at that. Colin, you have to spend time in the sun. Now, I think you're in the UK like me, so it's difficult. But when the sun's out, go out in it. Look toward it. Have your eyelids shut, yes, but it is actually been slated as one of the more dangerous things when it actually feeds us. It gives us realignment, gives us enlightenment, it gives us that vitamin D. And so I know with your walking a lot, you take a lot of that in, but maybe there needs to be some meditation under the sun here to help enlighten. Which will do you want to really because you can only juggle for so long, can't you, before you get tired, and then you end up dropping both of your worlds, both of your pentacles, both of your options. So the sun card, being brave enough here to be enlightened as to choose one, direct your energy to one, and you'll rock at it. Whew, that's a relief. Who was next? Was it Janine or Jeannie? Jeannie. Am I saying that right, Susie Q? Jeannie. Hey, Jeannie. My granddad used to, oh good. My granddad used to say to me, Ginny, because he couldn't say Jenny or Jennifer with Jennifer or Ginny. 1 second. So, have you got a direct question, Jeannie, that you would like to be answered? Or would you just like it in general? I'll wait for a bit, because I know you're there. We are taking it. Okay, so do you want to know how that trip's going to go, or when to take it? Whatever you need, you just tell me. We want it to be uneventful. Well, I can say, I understand that, yes, especially under the current climate, yeah. So I can say to you, the card that flew out before you even asked that was the sun card for you on a completely different deck. Look, the sun card's there on the other deck that was for Colin. This sun card came out for you. So, you know, your path is already enlightened. Your trip and path is already protected and meant to be. Leave in the next 2 days. Okay. So would you like me to go on? Because, I mean, you can't get a better card than the sun. This trip is going to be abundant in more ways than one. In the joy that you'll have along the way. I'm hearing laughter along the way. Breathe deeply, take it in, take in the smells and the scents, and I want you to, with intent, say every day that you're on your journey, this is going to go well, this is going to go smoothly, this is going to be such an easy transition to do, such an easy movement to have, a flowing movement. I want you to speak good intent on it every single day, but the intent, it's already blessed, it's already there with that sun card. But I can hear lots of laughing on the way. Get lost in your laughter along the way. I can hear you laughing in particular to something on the radio, a song that reminds you of somebody that's passed on. And instead of being sad, bursting into laughter, and maybe that's because you've had the prelude to that with this reading. So you're prepared to be happy about it. Know that it's a message from your loved one. You'll know when you hear that song that it is a message from your loved one. And because you immediately burst out into laughter instead of tears, again, you will know that it is a message from your loved one. So from above, below, around you, this trip is full of good intent. This trip is full of enlightenment, full of benevolence. You're going to meet people along the way that you get to know and that you're going to keep in touch with. You know, this is a good trip, and you being balanced and in yourself, knowing and putting that good intent out there, it's going to be fun, not a stress. So to clarify that, we've got the 9 of Earth. So this is abundance. This is the world, the material, the traveling on said material. There's going to be a lot of refinement of self coming up. You're going to finally have some time with a passenger or driver, in particular, to to really think about a lot of things, and how you want to go forward, and really refine your ideas about yourself, about what you've built up, about what you've achieved, and how you want to achieve going further forwards. Too many there, but there's a feeling of abundance here. You're going to be looking out at certain scenes in nature and just thinking, wow, this is beautiful. You couldn't get more beautiful if you sat with a canvas and tried to paint something yourself similar to it. You know, the sunrise and sunsets, the moon in particular was very red last night. Beautiful scenes of the moon when I picked up my daughter from the horses. You know, things like that, the skyline. There's going to be things that you see every day, but because of this enlightenment, because of this spiritual connection that you're getting right now, you see it more. You're seeing it in more vivid color. You're seeing it in more. It's more vibrant. You can take it in. You can actually take in what a gift the great Mother Earth is to all of us and to you. 9 of water. So this is true. This trip is going to bring you real happiness, real laughter. People are going to love you along the way of this trip. You know, the people that you meet when you go into a cafe for a bite to eat, you just walking in favor, walking in enlightenment. And people are reactionary to that and build, and again, like a snowball in a very good way, good snowball builds you up on the way. You know, you're going to make connections along the way that you'll keep in touch with some of these people via messaging them, you know, texting them and things like that. We've got the 3rd card here of this Queen of Swords. So this is a Gemini card, and it's speaking some truths. There's something about this shift, this spirit, this visit, this journey that brings you a real shift in recognizing who you are. You've been to hell and back in a lot of ways, and you've learned a lot of self-control because of that, and become very independent, and it's grown your intelligence with that. But there's a real added layer happening here during this trip that really brings you back to creative source energy, that really brings you into truth. You speak, you've been very, very Gemini-like in that, you know, you speak the truth very easily, but, you know, real truth to inner self, and maybe a little bit, you've gotten a bit distracted over the hell that you've been through, which is understandable, to the beauty and abundance that you have around you. And there's some kind of spiritual shift that brings you into the truth of the mother that you're traveling upon. And it just, you're gonna have times during this trip where you're just blown away. You've seen these scenes, you've seen these types of trees, you've smelt these smells before, but this time you really see them, you really smell them. And so that Gemini within you really coming to life and taking it all in, having that fast mind, but instead of having to take in things that aren't so nice to take in, this trip's giving you the opportunity to not see even the material money-wise, but see the material around you in the land that you stand on, the horizon you're looking at, the things that really mean something. And so there's a huge spiritual shift here. And on the bottom of the deck, having that 9 of water, I've got such a tickly nose. This is abundant satisfaction. This is true happiness. You've got 2 9s here. 9 is the number of anointing, alignment. And so that with the sun, you can see how spend as much time in the sunshine as you can on your way up there. But that feeding these 2 9s, these anointed this anointed number, this alignment, you're going to be lifted up there's going to be quite some healing, just quietly, very subtly being done on this trip of maybe some of the wounds and scars that got you to be the Queen of Swords in the first place, some of the lessons learned. It's a blessed trip, and I'm awesome for you. That I'm glad that was on a good note. Our boys need because all of the girls have had very powerful, good readings. The boys, every reading is powerful and good because you can use it to change up your situation. Boom, 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 says. If you need to, or you can use it to know that you're in the right direction. So can I just say to all of the girls and other boys for each other that, you know, dudes and dudettes, we send out love and high vibe intent for these for our boys and in this group, in this family, to be able to recalibrate, and we lift them up with love and affection and compassion, and bring them into their true abundance also. Yeah, absolutely. Favors to all the boys and the girls, but you know, you're all on point, you're all doing just fine, so we can use that intent towards the boys. Certainly is a great goddess moment. Yes, it is. The goddess does hold space and time for the divine masculine and uplifts the divine masculine. We are the support, we are the actual pillars. The Masons twisted it around, you know, like they do everything, flipping the script. The pillars represent the female, not the phallic symbol. We are the pillars that hold the space, and hold with it. We are we hold the baby in the womb, everything reflecting on everything. So you are so right, Jeannie, in that it is a real goddess moment and a blessing to be able to do so, to lift up the boys in our family, lift up the men in our family, and be that supportive role. Mason or not, I liked Alan Watts, the way he says it is that the divine feminine is the black, the substance in the sky, and without her, you don't have anything to support and show the stars, the beauty of the stars, which is the divine masculine. And so, like again, going into other things, the black woman manifest is that, you know, within a womb, any womb of anything that is divine feminine, anything can be born. So when the divine feminine womb is putting out good intent for our divine masculines, yeah, diamonds on black velvet, of course, they look more beautiful, they can shine, they can go out and act, they can take the action. And that happens within ourselves also. Our divine feminine has to be in place first before our inner divine masculine can be exalted and be able to take action also. So that's a beautiful thing to say, Susie and Jeannie, because it does make a huge difference to get it the right way around. There's a reason they deliberately put it the wrong way around, you know, because it messes up the whole system. We were matriarchal, always matriarchal. And the boys loved it. Absolutely. Thank you, sweetness. Oh, bless you, Jeannie. And bless you on your trip. I'll be putting good intent out there for your trip, that everything that the reading comes to fore and more for you. Goddess power, unite. Right, I'm going to try and end this. While I'm on here, Susie, can I see if I can put manage moderators? Let's see. Am I still there? Am I still here? Restore chat. Oh, where have you gone? Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Pop out chat. You back? I lost you. I'm useless. I think I don't know how to do the wrench without leaving this. Add moderator, yay. Do you see what I did there, Susie? Say something, Susie. Let's see if your wrench is on. I think I did it. Oh, I did it! I did it! Do you see how technical I got there? Boom, baby. Boom. Yay. I don't know where Jessica's gone, but I'll try and do her later. Add moderator. Look, I'm going to balance it up just because I can, like divine masculine and divine feminine. Shawnee, say something. Type something. Boom, baby, boom. All good, Jeannie. I'm gonna sign off soon. I just wanted to try and see if I could press some buttons and make Susie a moderator, and then she can do everything technical after that. Scroll up. There we go. There we go. There you are. What, me? A wrench? Yes, you, a wrench. Woot, woot. Listen, I love you all so much. Thank you for not letting me down on this first live. You mean the world to me. And you know what? We'll do it more often because I did it. Yes, I made a bit of a mess of it, but at the end of the day, we got together. We had some fun, and we did it. So you know, all of you are awesome. Stay balanced and stay whole. I think I'm just going to press a red button. So love you all. Mwah. Love you, Susie.